Hi there. In this video, I'm going to quickly run over the use of rooms and equipment in aXcelerate. This video assumes you have created and have access to one or more venue contacts. If you're unsure about the venue contact creation process, check out the previous video in the series. Without further ado, let's begin. This is my room setup page. I've landed here by hovering over resources and selecting the room setup option. Creating rooms in aXcelerate allows you to define reusable locations that can be booked and allocated as required. These rooms can be interacted with via the calendar interface for easy asset management, manually assigned to workshops, or used while timetabling a class. To start, I'm going to give my room a name that describes it. For this example, I'll use Round Lecture Room. I'm going to leave this tick enabled that states that this is a frequently used location and requires timetabling, so I can book it out. The venue is the street address that's going to be assigned to the room, and for this, I'm going to assign a venue contact. If you recall, any street address listed against a venue contact is going to populate whatever the venue contact is applied to. For more information on venue contacts, check out our previous video in the series. For layout, I might just select U-shaped. My capacity might be 50 people for this room. The higher cost might be $100. Access contact is optional but recommended. Just ensure that the access contact you assign does have their contact information updated correctly in their contact details page. I can define the earliest access time, specify the catering cost if there is any, as well as list some further optional descriptions as required. After I'm happy with all the information I've filled out, I'm going to click Add Room and check for the green submission tick up here. You can see after scrolling down this page, I can now see my room added to the list here. I now want to briefly demonstrate how you'd integrate this into your workshop setup. For this example, I'm inside a new workshop creation page. From this drop-down, I'm going to select my round lecture room that I just created, and you can see that it populates the following information. By specifying this room, you can see that it's even included my venue contact and all the information associated with it. For example, I can even override the room hire cost if I want, as well as specify the room layout. You can see after submitting my workshop, it's pulled all the relevant data in with it, just with the selection of one room. I now want to move on to the concept of equipment. I can access equipment by hovering over resources at the top of my page and selecting the equipment setup option. The main difference you'll identify is that equipment can either be defined as an asset or a renewable. I'll go through the process of creating each type and explain as I go. For this first example, I'm going to call this piece of equipment a portable whiteboard. I'm going to leave this ticked as an asset because it's a piece of equipment my company already owns and I don't need to pay for. I'm doing this for the sake of having an efficient booking process so that two people cannot double book this item. I'm going to skip the additional info field and just click Submit. You can see that my equipment item has filled the list below, and I can modify or delete it as required. For my next example, I'm going to use the example of some personal protective equipment, such as surgical gloves. This is going to be a renewable item, and its cost is going to be, let's say, $5 per unit. I'm going to click Submit, and you can see that the system is sorting my equipment based on its status. I have assets and renewable resources. Renewable resources are pieces of equipment that you hire out based on demand, and you don't need to worry about concepts of double booking or wondering if somebody has already timetabled your item out. Assets are items that you own, and you must timetable and keep track of within your organization. Inside my workshop setup page at the very bottom in the venue setup section, I can specify the equipment I've just created and book it out. You can see upon my workshop submission, the equipment is listed in the workshop page like so. As well as this, inside my calendar interface, I can specify the equipment filter, and I can see at a glance that on Tuesday the 17th of September, Leadership Skills has the portable whiteboard booked out. That about sums it up for this video. Keep an eye out for the next video in the series, which takes a quick look at trainers. As always, thanks for watching.